Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something seriously exciting at the 2026 BMW XM. If you're into bold performance SUVs with flair, you're going to want to stick around for this one. So, what's new and what's wild about the 2026 XM? Let's jump right in. From the moment you lay eyes on it, the XM makes a statement. This is not your subtle, conservative SUV. Its design leans aggressively futuristic. The proportions are bold: a long hood, muscular haunches, expansive grille surfaces. For 2026, BMW is pushing new custom options and new shades like frozen tanzanite blue, updated wheel choices including 23-inch jet black alloys, and more expressive exterior accents. Compared to earlier XM versions, these tweaks are more evolutionary than revolutionary, but they lift the visual impact without losing the XM's identity. Under the skin is where things get even cooler. The 2026 XM is purely offered now as a label model, and BMW dropped the lower power variant and focused all energy on the flagship. It pairs a roaring V8 with a plug-in hybrid setup. Combined output: a jaw-dropping 738 horsepower and 738 pounds-to-feet of torque. Because of this hybrid aid, you also get a short all-electric range around 31 miles, under ideal conditions, before the gasoline side kicks in. What's really nice is BMW bumped the charging rate for 2026 A from 7.4 kilowatts to 11 kilowatts AC for home charging, meaning you'll get a faster top-up at home. Now, you might wonder, okay, this is powerful, but can it tackle rough roads at all? The XM is not a hardcore off-road machine in the way a Land Rover might be, but BMW gives it surprising capability. Ground clearance sits at 8.7 inches. It has the standard MX Drive all-wheel drive system, adaptive suspension, and drive modes that adjust how the vehicle behaves depending on road conditions. In short, you could comfortably drive it on gravel, light trails, or sketchy back roads without freaking out. But this is still a performance luxury SUV first, not a hardcore off-roader. Step inside and BMW has gone all in on contrast, luxury, and digital flair. The cabin feels premium and daring. You'll see new interior color theme S3 options now, including combinations like night blue full merino leather with vintage coffee accents, or a Silverstone version with black highlights. The dashboard flows into a curved glass surface that unifies the instrument cluster and the infotainment system. The driver sees a 14.9-inch display, and the center screen is tucked beneath it. There's also attention to ambient lighting, layered surfaces, and texture contrasts: leather, Alcantara or suede trim touch as it all feels more sculpted and intentional than in many past XMs. When it comes to performance, the XM is in beast mode. BMW quotes 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 3.6 seconds. Though independent testers have seen a slightly quicker time of 3.4 seconds depending on conditions. Top speed is limited to 155 miles per hour, unless you opt for the M Drivers package, which unlocks 175 miles per hour. Now, for real-world driving, the weight is not trivial. This thing tips the scales at over 6,000 pounds, about 6,091 pounds, for the 2026 model. So while it's astonishingly quick, the mass does make itself felt in cornering and dynamic transitions. Let's talk numbers, because yes, we all want to know what this is going to cost. BMW hasn't locked in a global price yet, but the 2026 XM will officially launch production around August 2025, with pricing to be announced closer to that date. That said, earlier versions of the XM already hovered in the high six-figure range, so expect this flagship model to be firmly in the super SUV territory. In fact, MotorTrend points out that the XM is one of the most expensive BMWs you can buy. Now, How does this compare to the XM models we've seen so far? Well, historically BMW offered a base XM and a more aggressive label variant. For 2026, they've streamlined that, only the label continues, which means more focus and fewer compromises. That's a sign BMW wants to underscore that this is a halo car, not a volume model. In earlier iterations, the lower XM could weigh a little less or be tuned differently, but 2026 doubles down on the highest performance from the start. Also, previous XMs had slower charging and fewer interior choices, so the upgrades vary from 11 kilowatts charging to richer custom themes feel like sensible evolution rather than radical reinvention. Design tweaks are subtle but confidence-boosting, especially the new colors and wheel options. And performance-wise, the 738 horsepower setup matches or edges ahead of many contemporaries in its class. If I were talking to you as a car lover, here's what excites me most: this isn't just horsepower with tires. It's a bold statement from BMW that says luxury, performance, electrification. Let's combine all three. It's not perfect, the weight will always be a challenge, visibility from the big body might be tricky, and it won't rival bespoke off-road monsters. But as a performance luxury SUV, it checks so many big boxes while still standing out. So when 2026 arrives, expect to see this XM turn heads at exotic car meets, tech launches, and in owners' driveways as a flagship that screams ambition. If you want, I can build a comparison video, let's say XM versus Rus versus Cayenne versus G-Wagon, or even dig into owner expectations in various global markets.